Welcome to My Blockchain Island. I'm your hostess, Carla Marie. Hi everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of My Blockchain Island. Super excited about this episode in particular because we get to meet the team from StartupGrind, Google for Entrepreneurs. They're in 500 locations and now in Malta. So, Peter and Andrea, welcome.
Thank you so much, Carl.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's great to have.
I mean, I'm just so excited. Like I have lots of conversations with people on the phone, and then all of a sudden I see them in front of my face, and I'm just like, oh my God! It's just like everything feels like it's all coming together in such a short amount of time. So tell us a little bit about StartupGrind and the history there.
Yeah, sure. So we are very pleased to be here. Thank you for inviting us, and it's a kind of bit of momentum here in Malta, where with Malta Blockchain Week and everyone is kind of coming to Ireland. It's really interesting. I even heard that Satoshi Nakamoto himself or herself will be here. Yeah, but yeah, we're pleased to open a chapter.
Of course.
It's a rumor, of course.
Will the real Satoshi please stand up?
We're not, so just to make that clear.
Just to make that clear.
Yeah, but yeah, StartupGrind, we're very pleased to open a chapter here in Malta. We are over 500 chapters in 150 cities around the countries around the world. Original team started back in San Francisco in
In a garage.
In a garage.
In a garage, Google started, yeah. And it's basically been a part of Google for Entrepreneurs, but just like last week, name and branding changed to Google for Startups, obviously because Google is supporting startups quite a lot. And cool. This is what we do in StartupGrind throughout different programs and different chapters. So there are different chapters within these 500. So we have universities chapters where we work a lot with universities to kind of allow autonomy to students to experiment with entrepreneurships and startups. Then we have normal startup chapters where we have co-directors, directors running monthly events mostly. And then we also have something called Symposium, where we work a lot with the government, with government representatives. In our last project, we started a partnership with the Estonia government, where we launch applications with super easy user experience to kind of launch, to register for e-residence, register a company in a bank account. So we had over 100,000 applications, so it's massive.
That's amazing.
On our website, we have more than 3.5 million registered entrepreneurs, so this makes us the world's largest entrepreneurial community on the planet.
That's fantastic.
And why Malta?
Oh, well, you're the Malta king now.
Yeah, why Malta? Because, well, as we know, Malta, it's the iGaming island.
Yeah.
And now it's the blockchain island.
Oh, well, yeah.
It is.
Well, my blockchain island.
You confirm it, okay? So why not a startup island? We have everything. I mean, we have talent. We can bring more, but we have talent. And we have funds. So the environment is friendly for startups, and this is what we want to do. We want to bring even more startups and connect startups around them. Right. Community. This is our mission.
You mentioned three kind of layers of StartupGrind, and I think the one in Malta will take the middle position, where it'll be very much about showcasing education, conversations, and then probably the rest will start to formulate about that, right? Or
of course, we are very open to kind of pivot and stuff like every entrepreneur does. But since you're part of university and then this new hype blockchain department, which is so amazing, and I really appreciate government support of financing this 300,000 euros to scholarships for the blockchain. So that's obviously a part where we want to work on, but also what we did previously, we teamed up with Meta to support You Started program, where we kind of promoted this first government blockchain
yeah, we've had
program.
Alex Borge on the show when it was a podcast a couple of months back now.
It's just amazing support what these guys are doing, and these are obviously type of activities we want to get involved in and support.
So you're part of which chapter?
So I'm a co-director of Europe. I'm based in London.
Yes.
So right. I'm a co-director of London chapter. But what we do, apart from monthly events, we also organize annual conferences. So in London, we run our annual conference. It's always in June. We have 3,000 people, 3 stages, speakers, top-end speakers like CEO of Google, blockchain.com, and others. You can see the many of them. And this is a kind of where we have startup battles as well. We have kind of corners for VCs, investors. We have kind of many things in the Startup Grind, but most of important thing are our values. And would you please?
Yes, I love them.
I'm a guy and I'm all about values.
Well, actually, it's my lifestyle.
Good.
Give, don't take.
Yeah.
Help others before yourself, and make friends, not contact. So, and this is actually the community around us.
That's
This
amazing.
is what we believe. And with these 3 values, we inspire, connect, and educate entrepreneurs.
That's perfect. And I think that philosophy, if we want to call it that, is something that's very much embraced by the blockchain community.
Yeah.
So I think your vision, your mission statement, and what you've just explained there fits very, very, very nicely into the blockchain ecosystem. So it's very nice to have you in Malta, because you're going to be you are the director of the Malta chapter.
Yeah.
So you will be the one helping us in locally set up events, get the people in. You'll have guests from abroad coming in, right?
Yes, yeah. I'm actually an open source guy.
Okay.
I mean, I love open source model. That's why blockchain. But I started with the open source software, and even StartupGrind must be open source. It's not my community. I rather to say it's the community of Malta. It's the tools of Malta. Let's use it to scale, to showcase what we're doing in Malta.
Wonderful.
This is
Wonderful. It's really nice to have you guys here. I'm just like still a little bit like chugged.
Thanks so much.
Great. So what's on the agenda? What's coming up?
well. We are going to do 12 events in a year.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a conference sooner or later, but we will host a fireside chat where maybe a journalist from London can come here and interview a local entrepreneur, or maybe local entrepreneur can interview a foreign entrepreneur. So this is what we're going to do: mix the local ecosystem with a global one.
So there is actually a slogan we really like, and goes like, work locally, think globally, isn't it?
Yeah, I read that. That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah. In essence, we have like a team of a massive network of speakers that just flows around the planet, and because we have more than 500 chapters, they're very connected within our platform, which is called Bevy. So this way we can kind of send other mentors or send other experts or speakers to Malta whilst they're flying over, and I think it's really important to kind of do that, to share. This is a bit of like a sharing economy, because most of our speakers, at least in London, what we do, we focus on unicorns, people that actually have transferable skills. So these events are mostly about not promoting what they do, but actually giving out free advices, or you can come and talk to these guys after the events, and it's very kind of relaxed atmosphere.
Good. I'm definitely joining. Sign me up on the dotted line. We'll talk more about that on another day, huh?
You're more than welcome.
Thank
to be
you.
part of the family. We say family.
That's it.
This is how we feel.
That's it. That's great. You've been involved in the Startup Grind for quite some time now. What would you say is one of the highlight moments that you kind of like come to mind? Like there was this one event, or this one entrepreneur, or there was this one like. Is there one specific like highlight that you would say?
Well, I could say there were so many. Maybe you, Andrea, could say.
When I
something.
met Derek Anderson, which is the founder, he just teach us without tell anything. Just show us the road without even speaking with us.
Okay.
We actually following his vision.
Okay.
In the end, and this was the moment where I start to realize myself. So this is what I believe.
Interesting.
My hike.
Your
moment.
hike.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. High moment. Awesome. Okay.
For me, I actually had quite a few moments, and this is mostly when we do conferences, which we do in San Francisco, London, Morocco, and Barcelona, and hopefully next year in Malta as well. So what we have on the stage are for example, representatives or best startups from each countries. And once we had representatives for countries that are still in war on the same, sharing the same stage, and just showcasing that the world can really be a better place in that way. And that's just kind of, it was really touching for me. I really felt this strong emotion of kind of having these in opposite sides joining together. It was just kind of broke all the barriers for me.
That's nice. That's a nice story. That's a nice story. Okay, so how do people, what's the process? How do we get involved? How do the listeners, because my listeners are not just Malta based, and this is definitely something that's far and wide. It's not just blockchain. So how do people get involved and become part of the family, as Andrea says?
Well, giving first, it's what is very important. So, for example, I come to Malta and I try to give Maltese people the opportunity to showcase what they do around the world, right? So, becoming part of the family, it's just feel owner of the community and make it a better day by day.
Great.
Yeah.
So just, it's a mindset.
Yeah.
It's a mindset and just being part of something really organic.
So for example, another thing how you can get involved is you just go to startupgrind.com/Valletta.
Okay.
And that's where you can
it's
join.
A capital C.
Yeah, of course. Well, it's the /Valletta we thought about, but if you go to startupgrind.com, you can find any chapter you are from and then just join. If you join here, you'll get kind of a newsletter, you get a special access to the platform where you can be featured, we can allow you to go on stage and most importantly connect you with really good people.
Wonderful.
And ask you exactly how we can help. So if you tell us how we can help, we can bring different people, we can connect you to the different networks and just create a relationship that's healthy.
Yeah, that's great. Wonderful. Is there anything else you'd like to share with the with the listeners? I was going to call them users because I'm just hoping that everybody signs up and becomes a user, but that's such a horrible word to use in an open community. Is there anything else that you'd like to share? Anything exciting or anything that you'd like to share with the listeners today?
So sure, that way you watch this space, startupgrind.com/Valletta for the photos, follow-ups, footages, or even live streaming for our opening event as well.
Okay.
Which was in Vestin Dragonara hotel, and where we had great speakers. It was a part of Malta Blockchain Week, obviously super popular. So watch the space and then ask us whatever you want. We are here to help.
Wonderful.
And we became kind of the center point for entrepreneurs. When they want to come to Malta, they know us and they ask us some connection.
Yeah.
We are the connector.
Great.
This is who we are around the world, connecting people. We love to do it, actually.
Great.
Yeah, we had pleasure of working with MCA for Delta Summit, where we brought in some speakers, also for Malta Innovation Summit, and it's just wonderful synergy between everyone, the whole ecosystem in Malta. I think it's very healthy and it's very kind of thriving with all this blockchain thing. And I must mention, we did a kind of an impact with blockchain where we kind of did a topic for all these, or 500 cities. At the time we had 450, and all of the 450 cities around the world did a blockchain event at the same time, and it was amazing impact, and that was kind of our contribution to kind of get blockchain out there.
Nice, awesome. Oh wow, we're in for a treat. I'm very excited about 2019 and what you guys have planned for us, and obviously it's also being Maltese and hearing you guys talk about how open the community is. I think it's very honorable to hear that, because it is true. Like anybody in Malta who you do ask, they will make an effort to try and help you and bring that community that you guys harnessed and help and evolve, and put that together with a country that really wants to strive towards innovation, be what it be, blockchain and just general technologies.
General technology, we want to focus on blockchain, but also on AI and big data. For example, I'm also involved in International Radio Festival. to be hosted here as a part of.
Yeah, I remember that. That was back in, was that October as well? Or?
No, just end of October. Yeah,
End of
end of October, beginning of November. And this is the partnership we did with Valletta City, and then it was amazing because even they changed the view of blockchain. So there was a guy that came from England, legendary Cliff Fuel, and he spoke about the tokenization of music and radio industry.
That's
so they're
amazing.
very open to this, even kind of the people that have no idea what the blockchain is, and they kind of get along with it.
It's so good. It's so good. How do people get in touch with, well, apart from just signing up on the website, you guys are making yourselves available for any questions and whatnot. So how do people get in touch with you? Is it through the site, through the contact, or are you available in any other channels?
Yeah, we have Facebook, we have Twitter, Instagram. We are everywhere actually.
Yeah, but feel free to contact me on my email and Andrea. So your email is.
It's simple, Andrea at startupgrind.com.
Okay.
And mine is Petar, Petar at StartupGrind.com.
Awesome.
So we look forward to answering your emails.
That's great. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining the show. It's been a pleasure to meet you both finally face to face.
A pleasure is all ours.
Yeah.
We look forward to everything that Startup Grind is going to offer to the island, and you'll surely get some updates from my end about what's happening within the community. I plan to be an avid member and participant. But that's really all for now. So thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe. If you like what you hear, please share. And yeah, have a great day.